This meeting is being recorded.
Folks, this is going to be one of those conversations I often refer to as an adult conversation. These are often conversations I have one-on-one, right? I was a sales professional, sales leader, second sales leader for a long time, and I would praise in public. It would be loud. It would be celebratory. Everybody would know when you did something right. But when we needed to have that heart-to-heart, that do you really want to be here conversation, it would be an adult conversation behind closed doors. And right now, I just want to have an adult conversation with each and every one of you watching this. You are on this channel because you value the truth and you value finances, right? You're trying to make a better financial future. And I want to say right here, right now, a lot of you are being destroyed, suffocated, crushed by what I am now calling the matrix. The matrix is the world around us, the social media, the entertainers, the whoever you want to, all the topics that eat time. What I have come to realize with the most successful people that I'm around is they use their time better. They don't allow nonsense to consume minutes, hours of their day. And I just want to highlight that I personally went through this over the last month, which we will get into in a minute, to show you that I'm even suspect to it. But I want to tell you right now, if you want a better financial future and you are up to date on the latest and greatest gossip, you're not doing the work. If you know what's going on with Andrew Tate or what's going on at the World Economic Forum, or you're enraged by this or enraged by that, you are letting the matrix win. So Taylor, a little ranty there, a little frustrated. What do you think of all that?
I could not agree with you anymore. I mean, time is the number one entity that we have to go out and make income and do our best to create financial freedom, right? And I couldn't agree with you anymore. I am the one in my company that posts stuff on Instagram, on TikTok, on whatever, wherever we post things social media wise. And I'll admit it is tough. It is a phenomenal trap that these systems, algorithms, et cetera, have set up. You know, I go on there to literally post something and get off, and I find myself on there for 10 minutes sometimes. I'm like, you haven't done anything.
What am I doing?
Get back to the basics. What are you doing, you idiot? You're falling for the trick. And so, yeah, no, I totally get it. But it is something you have to mentally try to just keep out as much as you can.
Yeah. And again, I see, as I'm conscious to this, I'm starting to see how people get sucked in, right? Just, over the last several months, there's been different people who they have pushed at us. And I brought this up a couple of times. I'll bring it up again. I now have some AI technology for my YouTube channel, right? It's called vidIQ. It was recommended by Think Media, some team I trust, so I bought it. One of the gifts they give you is they give you the 50 suggested topics that your audience wants to hear. Awesome. So it's watching the people that are on my channel, and then it's going to see what else they're watching.
Interesting. Okay, awesome.
And about a month ago, the number 2 topic it recommended was Andrew Tate.
I don't like this. Where are you going? Oh my
Andrew
God.
Tate. I'm like, I don't really know who he is. He's not in my world. So I poke around a little bit, and then I get disgusted. I'm like, people come to my channel for real estate investing, better finances, and they'll be distracted by this nonsense.
Right.
That is the matrix winning. There will be someone else. And just recently we had the World Economic Forum, go off. Dude, World Economic Forum is freaking Comic-Con for the 1% of the 1%.
Correct.
You got to buy a ticket.
In Davos, Switzerland.
You got to go to the panels. You got to, you got to wear your costume, which is a private jet or whatever the hell it is. Dude, it's Comic-Con for the 1% of the 1%. Yep. It's nothing. No budgets, no influence. It needs to be just shit can and globalist nonsense. Are you kidding me? Why are we letting this stuff distract us from our future? It annoys the hell out of me, as you can clearly tell.
I am with you. I will say this, like, as stupid as it sounds, like I grew up in a sports household, but like sports are my distractor. So like the New York Giants, they just got whooped and kicked out by the Eagles, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's my distractor. But you have to limit your distractors. You can't
if you have your thing,
taking on anything. That's my thing. I watch the Giants and I watch Syracuse basketball. And if it's not those two things, I try to keep it out and make that mind-numbing noise stay out. Yeah. And one of the ways I do it on a day-to-day basis, And this is not any novel concept, but just time blocking. Time blocking is what keeps me a little bit better focused. I have an agenda that sits next to me all day, every day. I can refer to it. It's like, from this time to this time, you're supposed to be doing this. Are you doing that? No, you're failing for yourself then.
Yeah. So we're going to actually give people, this isn't going to only be Zuber ranting, which it kind of feels like. We're going to have, Taylor's going to give you some list of stuff. If you care about finances, he's going to tell you where to go. But I want to give you one personal example. So one of the things I'm trying to do is grow my Twitter following, right? I have a Twitter account. I didn't use it for a while. I started using it about 6 or 9 months ago. And I audited it about a month ago and realized that I have a lot of crash bros on my channel or on my feed or whatever the hell they call it. And
what do you mean by crash, bro? Just
negative, like real estate's going to crash 30%. No, it's
Gotcha,
50%.
gotcha.
No, it's this. No, it's that.
Gotcha.
And I went in and started evaluating who these people were. And they're always nonsense channels or pages, or I don't know what you call them in Twitter. They're like 15 people follow them and they've been alive for like 3 seconds. And what I found is I chose to interact with them. Now, sometimes I was nice and tried to educate. Sometimes I was pissed off, annoyed, and call them clowns. But the algorithm saw me interacting with these morons, and it fed me more morons. I was starting to hate Twitter. I'm like, Twitter universe is full of morons. Lo and behold,
You're the moron.
I'm the moron. I'm the idiot. I told the machine that I wanted to interact with morons.
Oh,
So for
that's
about
so funny.
3 weeks, I have been purposeful about what I want to interact with. Dude, and the morons are almost gone. They're almost gone.
So the AI is working very well then, right?
Absolutely. 3 weeks, right? It
awesome.
went from being 90% morons to sub 10. I looked this morning and I don't know, in the top 20 or whatever, I don't know how this stuff works.
Yeah.
No morons. I'm like, that's the first time ever. So
that
again,
is such a good lesson learned for anybody out here that has a social media channel, myself included. It's like, choose who you interact with, and that will be the function of what your page looks like moving forward. That's amazing. That's amazing advice.
So for 3 weeks, for about 10 minutes a day, I interacted with only positive people. So basically, every day I was interacting and I was skipping. I wasn't responding. If I followed one by accident, I unfollowed. Dude, in 3 weeks, my feed is awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So if somebody wanted to file, they're on the channel for a reason. You're a Wall Street veteran. We both have done pretty well for ourselves. Where should we send them? Where's good? And again, it doesn't have to be like rainbows, unicorns, and sunshine. It could be real negative stuff. But again, it should be moving us forward. Where would you send people? 2 or 3 places?
The best economist that I follow, that he is an old Wall Street guy from a hedge fund game, and he calls out Wall Street tooth and nail every single day, just cuts them down. His big thing is like, listen, I follow numbers. I don't follow narratives. Narratives are not what I follow, because that can take you down a rabbit hole of this is happening because of XYZ. He's like, no, numbers tell you everything when it comes to investing. It's a guy named Keith McCullough. Keith McCullough runs Hedgeye. There's a little bit of free data that they put out, but it is a little bit of a paid subscription as well. But that is by far the best economic source that I can read every single day. It tells you
what was his last name? Sorry,
McCullough.
Okay.
MCCOUGH. Yeah, I'm butchering it.
We'll find him.
Hedgeye. HEDGEYE. And he is an absolute rock star. He tells you every single day the ranges that he thinks particular stocks will move to, et cetera, bonds will move to, et cetera. Now, granted, it's a little bit nerdy sometimes, but he's super funny. He's super witty. He goes right at Wall Street. So it's a fun read. Every single morning. It's like, maybe a 5-minute read every morning. It's called The Early Look on his page.
Nice.
Okay. And that's just hedgeye.com. And then I think the thing that is totally underutilized when it comes to people investing, because most of the people that we interact with that are investors are talking about funds or ETFs predominantly, is they don't know about the site Morningstar.com. So just like Morningstar.com, Morningstar.com is the absolute best place to know you're getting accurate information. They will not only give you performance information, risk-adjusted information, but they will give you an analysis on the particular ETF's page that you're on. And you can look at stocks as well, but it tells you the valuation statistics, the price to earnings, the backward-looking performance information, everything, and it's right. Here's a big misnomer out there. So like one of the things that I see people talking about all the time is like, oh, I looked up XYZ ETF on Google Finance and it's down 8%. And I'm like, it's not down 8%. It's down 4%. They're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, Google Finance doesn't track dividends. It only tracks price return. Yahoo Finance only tracks price return. All of these sites that are quick, easy lookup sites as to what the performance is only track price returns. Whereas 99% of people that are investing in a fund that has a dividend are reoccurring that dividend payment right back into the fund. And that's how you should be looking at it. So it's an apples to apples comparison to Tesla that doesn't have a dividend that gets paid.
Gotcha. Cool. I like it. Anything else you would recommend? Again, I think there's a lot of people on this channel that want to have a better financial future. I've clearly ranted about what not to do. I've given you a real world example of how to fix it. It was amazing. 3 weeks. Again, it went from 90% nonsense and aggravation to, oh, I kind of like this thing. So
it can put you in such a mental funnel dealing with the morons too, that you're like, all of a sudden 30 minutes, your blood pressure's high and you're like, what am I doing? Who is this? I don't even know who this person is.
Yeah. And I look at him, he's got 12 followers, been around for like 7 seconds. It's like, why am I interacting with this turd? Oh man. Anyways, well, you do an amazing thing on Instagram. I'm really impressed with what you do. What is the Instagram page? So, because people should follow it.
Yeah, it's at Life Goal Investments, plural, at Life Goal Investments. Just trying to make finances and markets and economies simple for anybody.
And again, watch for fake accounts. There's one out there, Life Goal Investment, no S. Don't follow that one. That's a scammer.
Correct.
Also, one rental at a time has scammer accounts. Don't follow them.
And they'll DM you on stuff and try to get you nonsense. Don't pay attention.
I will never DM you. So here's a couple of things about my one rental at a time. I will never hold a conversation on Instagram.
Got it.
I will never.
I will. When people ask me about certain things, I will. You won't. Got it.
I won't. It's not a place for interaction, right? We'll do it on email, or I'll give you my phone number. Number two, I won't pitch Bitcoin. I won't pitch any crypto. It's not my thing. That should be a red flag.
Nor will I. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, it'd be a red flag. All right, Taylor, thank you so much.